Hi, in this video we're going to look at how we answer question 1 on the Tupton Hall School practice paper 1 for core 1. This exam paper has been made for AQA candidates, but it's suitable for other exam boards. It's a paper that's been put together with a mixture of different exam board questions and some that we've made up ourselves. If you want any more information about this, you can contact me at Mr_G_Walton or our school account at Tupton Maths, both on Twitter. If you haven't got a copy of the paper and you've stumbled across this video by mistake, or you've found the video and you're wondering where the paper is, look at the comment section below and you'll see the full paper that you can download there, and watch the rest of the videos in the playlist to show you how you answer the questions. Okay, question 1 says simplify these surds here in part A, and part B, express root 18 plus root 8 in the form n root 2, where n is an integer. I'll do part A first. If we're simplifying some surds like this, we've got root 6 plus 2, and we've got another bracket, root 6 minus 2. What we're going to have to do is expand these brackets in a very similar way that you would have done if it was x plus 2 and x minus 2. Now there's something that you might have spotted here, and maybe we'll have a look at that in a second. If we're expanding these brackets, we're going to multiply them out using various methods that you will have seen before. Personally, I think of it in the way that I was taught, which is FOIL, which is the first pair here multiplied, the outside pair, we're going to multiply these two, the inside pair, and finally the last pair. Some teachers might have shown you in GCSE it forms like a crab claw, you might know it like that, and also you might have used a grid method, but either way we're going to multiply out these brackets. Okay, so if we were doing that, our first pair, root 6 multiplied by root 6, remember that our two roots end up cancelling each other out effectively, so root 6 multiplied by root 6 gives me 6. I'm going to put positive 6 here, just for when I'm collecting my like terms later. My outside pair, I've got minus 2 lots of root 6, which is very similar to when we were doing this before. Minus 2 lots of x was just minus 2x. Similarly here, we've got minus 2 root 6. My inside pair, we've got positive 2 multiplied by root 6, so plus 2 root 6, and finally my outside pair, which is 2 multiplied by minus 2, which is minus 4. Collect all my like terms together, you'll notice the 2 here cancel out, so minus root 2 plus minus 2 root 6 plus 2 root 6 gives me 0, and then I've got 6 minus 4, which is 2. So the answer to this is 2. Now, I said before that you might have spotted something. If when I wrote it out like this, do you see that this is an expanded form of difference of two squares? If we were to multiply this out, you would get x squared minus 4. Could we do something similar with our bracket on the left hand side, do you think? Well, yes, we could. We could have multiplied our root 6's to get 6, take 4 away from here, and end up at 2. So if you spot these things, by all means have a go at doing them in the first place. So the answer to the first one is 2. Let's look at part B. Part B says express root 18 plus root 8 in the form n root 2. Okay, so the clues in the question, it wants us to somehow simplify both root 18 and root 6 to look like some sort of root 2. So when we're simplifying surds, we remember that root 18 can be written as root something multiplied by root something else. And these two things here, ideally what you're looking for is a square number. So a factor of 18 that's a square number, because that gets rid of one of our roots. And by the time I've finished talking, I'm hoping that you've spotted that root 18 is the same as root 9 multiplied by root 2, which is the same as 3 times root 2, or more neatly, 3 root 2. I can do the same with root 8, thinking of two numbers that multiply together to give me 8, ideally one of them being a square number. 4 and 2 gives me, well, the square root of 4 is 2, so this is 2 root 2. Now what I've got to do is finally just look back at the question. This was root 18 plus root 8, so I'm going to combine this and this together to give me my final answer, which is 3 root 2 plus 2 root 2, which simplifies to 5 root 2. Just checking the question again, it says in the form n root 2. I've done that, where n is an integer and 5 is an integer. Question 1 was fairly straightforward. It was nothing really much more difficult than what you may have seen at GCSE, but if you didn't understand it at GCSE, and maybe this is the first time that you're really starting to get to grips with surds, some revision card notes if you want to make them. So surds, things to look for. You might want to make sure that when you're expanding brackets, use a familiar technique to you, so foil, grid, whatever, in the same way as you would expand any two brackets. Remember when you've cancelled them down to collect your like terms, and by like terms I mean roots that are the same as each other. So root 2 plus 3 root 2 I can collect together to give me 4 root 2. Root 5 plus root 7 is not equal to root 12. I cannot just add the roots like this, only if they are the same. If it's easier to remember it, think about what you would have done if you'd got x plus 3x. You're happy you can collect them together. Whereas if you'd got p plus q, there's nothing else you can do with that. Okay, so that's not the same as pq or something weird like that. Okay, so just take your time with these, read the questions carefully as ever, and this is going to hold you in good stead for answering questions without your calculator when you're asked to work out things and leave them in surd form. Okay, as ever, I wish you all the best of luck in any exams that you've got, and I hope that you find the videos useful. If you're interested in the next question, then check out the next video. Okay, see you soon. Bye.